Hi guys, here's another quick episode for RC Maniac. I wanted to bring you a sort of overview of 8-scale on-road and off-road tires. I've been getting a lot of messages and comments on my channel asking me what tires I'm running, what are they mounted on, what do I prefer, on-road, pre-mounted or mounted, on-road or off-road, what tires to get. And the three I have in front of you are pretty much, as far as aftermarket wheels and tires go, these are three of my favorites. Now, I know you've seen me do a lot of, talk a lot about my Thunder Tiger MT4 G3. The tires that come on that stock are fantastic. I really don't think you need to upgrade right away. I upgraded because I wanted to experiment with some different tires, wider, bigger, meaner looking tires, and I'll talk a little bit more about what the weight will mean on engine temps, your ESC temps, and overall running, as well as how and what pinion gears to use with each of these tires. Now, from left to right, quickly to go over it, these are the HPI Phaltlines. These are on-road tires. They come pre-mounted. In the middle, I have my Proline Big Joes. These are, I bought them just as the tires. I pre-mounted them on axle, what are these, oversized beadlock wheels. These are brilliant. I mean, they're very nice wheels, and they are true beadlock, so you literally, there's no glue involved. You just put them right onto the mount here. You slide them into the little space, the gap here, as you would to put CA glue, and then you just put the beadlocks on top. The third one here, so that's Proline Big Joes on axial oversized beadlock wheels. The third one I just opened. I got these in the mail. These are Proline trenchers, and I literally just opened the box, and I thought that I'd do a comparison between the three as well. I have used trenchers in the past. These are just a new set because I needed a new set, not because of any tear or anything. So these are pre-mounted on Desperado black half-inch offsets. So all three of these wheels are for 17mm hexes. So if you're running 8-scale with 17mm hex, which is usually standard, then this is what you want to buy. The Proline Big Joes and the trenchers here are both 3.8 inches. So I'll put the description for each of the tires as is. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to turn them around, because when you're running a monster truck or you're running a truggy, a monsterized truggy or buggy, you want to know how thick are these wheels and what's going to happen. So I'll start with the Big Joes, which are the biggest, and as you can see, they are massive. Now, when I bought my Big Joes, I didn't know, I wanted the widest sort of wheels and tires on there that look good and look like a monster. What I didn't realize is the trenchers are equally thick. So if you put them in one in front of each other, there's literally maybe, not even, they're exactly the same as far as width goes. Maybe a couple of millimeters apart. Both fantastic. The only difference is that the Big Joes are a little heavier when they come pre-mounted. Now, with the axial mounts that I have on here, it's still a little light. So when I pick both of these up, they're pretty much the same weight. Personal preference, now after running RC for about 10 years, I prefer pre-mounted wheels. I got these because these just look brilliant. I mean, I'll bring them in for a closer look. I mean, they're just, the spokes on them, they're 8-spoke. They're just brilliant. Really good looking. Just great detail. I'll try to get some more light on it so you can see it in better detail. They're actually just one of the best looking tires I've ever had. However, if you're buying those pre-mounted and you have a choice between these pre-mounted, I will go with the trenchers. They're phenomenal. Great tread. Very light. Very low sort of impact on your engine temps, your engine, your ESC overall. So between the two, I love my Big Joes, don't get me wrong, and I will run them. Of the two, I would prefer the trenchers. And the Big Joes are running away. So bring them in a little closer. So that's what they look like sitting together. Great tires, both of them. I mean, I've run them well, this is brand new, so I can't say I've run this, but I've run the Big Joes tons, and I know that there are Big Joes 2 out there, which they say are a little lighter, but I've run these plenty, and I haven't had any wear on them as such, and I run them on all kinds of surfaces. Last but not least is this little guy here. Now, he's only little when you compare it to them, but there is an immense amount of width on this as well, if you're looking for that meaner look. Now, I was torn between, so these are the HPI Phaltlines, and I was torn between the Proline, what are they, Road Rages, and these. Now, the difference between this and the Road Rage, I don't own the Road Rage, but I've seen them, is that the Road Rage is about yay high as far as height goes. The width is still decent, but there's a lot of issues with the Road Rages sort of undoing themselves, and what you have to do with those is, if you buy them pre-mounted or not, you have to tape the insides to make sure that they stick. There's a lot of tear from people that I know that own Road Rages. They're not bad tires, but if you run aggressively, it's going to be an issue. These tires are brilliant. I've run them on my MT4 G3. I've run them on my Savage X, the Nitro. I have a running video up of these with my Savage X Nitro. I'll put a link down below, or you can just go to my channel and look at my Nitro running videos. These are brilliant tires. I have run them so much that never had an issue. And the grip on surface is great. You get that extra speed. Extremely light. Well, if I compare them to these, it doesn't even weigh anything. Very good tire. Highly recommend it. So if you're looking for on-road tires, for anything 17 millimeter, you can even use an adapter and use it for something smaller. I would recommend the HPI Phaltlines. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant tire. So that's one. With either of these three tires, you can't go wrong. They're all great tires, and depending on what they're using them for, I've run this slightly off-road on gravel. It's just that, you know, you don't want to run these on gravel only because you'll slip out. With the Big Joes, a lot of fun. I actually tore one of my Big Joes. I wrote to Proline. They sent me a new set right away. Again, just a closer look. Nothing wrong with these tires. You couldn't go wrong with picking either one of them. If you have any questions, post them down below. If you have any comments, let me know. If you've had different experiences with these tires, something that I've overlooked, let me know. Again, good price. These tires will last you a long time, and you'll have a lot of fun. And for the pre-mounted ones, they're not coming off that easy unless you completely wreck them. I did mention I would go over the pinion gear settings. Now, I run, on my off-road, I run both these tires with a Castle motor, a 2200 kV Newcastle 1515 motor, and a Hobbywing Z-Run 150 ASD. So that's the pinion gear I have on there is a 14 tooth. Now, with these tires, and I drive very aggressively, I haven't had any issues as far as heat goes. The Big Joes, I'll be honest with you, I ran these mostly when I was in Singapore. I did get temperatures, I can't remember the exact temperatures, but the motor did heat up. And I was running in temperatures of about, if you talk Celsius, since that's what they use here, around mid-30s Celsius. And it did get hot to this. So the way I do my motors is, if I can keep my finger on it for more than 2 seconds, I'm okay. But that wasn't the case. Now, in colder temps, sure, it's great, but I was trying to do standing backflips and stuff like that, which was a little aggressive. Again, there's a video for that. They'll run fine. I think people get a little more scared than they do. If you're going to mount them yourself, you're going to be okay. If you get them mounted, I've heard they're a little heavier. I mean, you're going to have to, it's a trial and error sort of thing, so I can't tell you what's going to work for you and what's not. But the trenchers, great option. As they come pre-mounted, you should be fine. Again, thanks for watching. Do hit that like button if you liked the video. If you didn't like it, hit the unlike button. Subscribe, because I will be doing a lot more videos coming up. I'm going to be doing a couple of more reviews on products, hopefully another unboxing, and catching up on some other RC stuff that I've had sitting around. Thanks for watching. Do like and subscribe, and I'll see you again. Thanks.